Hello, my dear friends. Today, I want to share with you a simple story in easy English. You can listen carefully, and you can also repeat after me. This story will help you practice English with clear sentences. So let us begin. There was a boy named Rafi who lived in a small town. He stayed with his parents and his younger sister. Their house was not very big, but it was filled with warmth and love. Every day, laughter and conversation made the home feel alive. Rafi was a curious boy. He liked learning, asking questions, and discovering new things. Among all the subjects at school, his favorite was English. He believed that if he learned English well, he could connect with the world. Morning routine. Every morning, Rafi woke up when the first light of the sun entered his room. He stretched his body, yawned, and smiled at the new day. He went to wash his face and brush his teeth. The cold water refreshed him and gave him energy. When he entered the kitchen, his mother was preparing breakfast. The smell of bread and fresh tea filled the air. The family sat together around the small table. They talked, laughed, and enjoyed the meal. These mornings made Rafi feel strong and ready for the day. The walk to school. After breakfast, Rafi carried his school bag and walked toward school. The road was peaceful, with trees standing tall on both sides. Birds were singing, and sometimes he stopped to watch them fly. On the way, he often met his friends. Together they shared jokes, talked about homework, and dreamed about the future. Although the walk was simple, Rafi always found something beautiful in it. He believed that each day had a small gift if one looked carefully. At school, when Rafi reached school, he greeted his classmates and teachers politely. He liked sitting in the front row because it helped him listen better. His teachers knew that he was eager to learn. During the English class, the teacher asked the students to make simple sentences. Some students felt shy and looked down at their books. But Rafi raised his hand with courage. He stood up and said slowly, "My name is Rafi. I live in a small town. I want to learn English." The teacher gave him a smile and said, "Very good, Rafi. You are trying with confidence. Keep it up." The praise made his heart feel light, and he wanted to do even better. Afternoon learning. When the school day ended, Rafi walked back home. On the way, he looked at the green trees and the bright flowers. The river near the road was shining under the sunlight. He often thought about life and his dreams during this walk. Sometimes he imagined himself standing in a big city speaking English with people from many countries. These thoughts made his long walk feel short and pleasant. At home, he had lunch with his family. After eating, he rested for a short while and then opened his books. Sometimes he felt tired and his eyes wanted to close. But he reminded himself, "If I work hard today, my tomorrow will be brighter." This thought gave him the strength to continue. He kept a small notebook where he wrote new words he learned every day. The notebook was not fancy, but it was very special to him.
Rafi practiced writing small sentences in English. At first, they were not perfect, but he kept trying. He knew that every mistake was a step toward improvement. Whenever he made a mistake, he corrected it and read the sentence again. Slowly, his writing began to look clearer and stronger. Evening play and study. In the evening, Rafi went outside to play with his friends. They ran in the open field, played games, and laughed loudly. The cool air touched their faces, and the joy of friendship filled their hearts. Playing made him strong, but after some time, he returned home again. He always believed that play was important, but study was also important. Balancing both gave him happiness and discipline. Back at his desk, he opened his notebook once more. He read the new words he had learnt at school. He repeated them slowly and tried to use them in sentences. His little sister sometimes sat beside him, asking questions. Rafi explained gently, which helped him remember better. Teaching her small words also made him feel like a teacher. This gave him confidence and made his learning even stronger.
Night conversation. At night, after dinner, the family sat together. Rafi's father asked him, "What did you learn today, my son?" Rafi smiled and replied, "I learnt new English words. I can say some sentences." Then he shared a few lines in English, and his parents listened with care. His father nodded with pride and said, "Good work. Keep practicing. One day you will speak fluently." Hearing those words made Rafi very happy. He felt supported, and it gave him the courage to dream bigger. Dreams before sleeping. Before sleeping, Rafi opened his notebook once more. He wrote about his day in simple sentences. He wrote about waking up, going to school, studying, and playing. It was not always correct, but he did not stop. Each page in his notebook was proof of his hard work. Sometimes he read his sentences aloud to hear how they sounded. Speaking to himself in English became a habit he enjoyed. When he finished, he looked out of the window. The stars were shining brightly in the night sky. He whispered to himself, "One day I will speak English clearly. I will travel to many places. I will meet new people and learn from them." As he spoke these words, he felt hope and courage growing inside him. He believed that dreams were possible if someone worked hard with patience. With this promise in his heart, Rafi closed his eyes and went to sleep peacefully. Lesson of the story. This story is simple, but it carries a strong lesson. Learning a new language is not easy, but it is possible with effort. You do not need to learn everything in one day. Take small steps just like Rafi. Practice every morning, afternoon, and night. With time, you will become confident and your dream will come true. Closing. My dear friends, this was today's story for English practice. Did you enjoy listening? You can practice by reading this story again, or you can even write your own story in easy English. Remember, learning is a journey. If you walk a little every day, you will reach your goal. Thank you for listening. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep learning.